Hi, Opinion members, and welcome to our C301 tasting. Today we're tasting South Africa and Tuscany, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you Jackie Blisson, Master of Wine, who's joining us for this tasting.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you. Great to be here.
Thanks for being here, Jackie. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing during this tasting. It's 3 days and 17 flights of wine.
We have our work cut out for us.
That's right. So let's share a little bit about what a flight is and why we organize wines into flights. Do you want to take that one?
17 flights that we have. And really the idea is that we're breaking wines up into sort of like varietals. We're breaking them into whites, into rosés, into sparklings, and we're tasting things that are of a similar set so we can really compare them against each other and find out what's going to bring you the most exciting wines and the best value, of course.
Yeah, very true. And so we are tasting over 3 days. So I also try to pace out the different wine styles over the 3 days. So
important.
The first 2 days, I think we started with whites and then we went on to reds, instead of doing them all at once, because when you're tasting this much wine, your palate does get tired. So everything, when we're organizing wines into flights, we're thinking about how to keep our palates in the best shape possible, you know, to be able to taste accurately all the way through.
Yeah, and to give each wine as fair a shot as making it into the cellar and into your home.
In this cellar, we're tasting whites, sparkling wines. There was some sweet wines and of course the red wines. So there's quite a range.
Really exciting new stuff, especially South Africa has really come a long way in the last 20 years in terms of wine regions, wine quality. It's quite exciting. And then from Tuscany, we're seeing some very traditional and some very modern representations as well. So quite a big range. There were loads of fantastic wines, and I think this is going to be an exciting cellar, but there were some Chardonnays out of South Africa that really impressed me.
That's exactly what came. I was enjoying South Africa because you would get a real sense of place when you're tasting those wines. Like, they're very distinct to me, and very interesting, the blend between fruity and fruit forward, but also a savory element to it that really speaks.
Flintiness.
Yeah, flintiness, and there was
the salinity.
Yeah, salinity from one line of wines. So we're imagining, you know, that influence from the coast, and you could really taste it in the wine, and that to me makes really interesting wine.
Yeah, and of course the Chianti Classicos, the really more traditional styles of Sangiovese of Tuscany. There were some phenomenal ones in the line.
Yeah, and good value too, right? And I think regardless of region or grape variety or even price point, we're always looking for value. I always want to find and share with the members wines that over deliver. Yeah. So I think we found that across the board. There were some great ones there yesterday.
And I always get that wines are balanced. No matter their price point, no matter anything else, all the elements are in harmony, and the wine is just easy drinking at whatever style, whatever price.
How do I prepare for the tasting? Well, try to get a good night's sleep. Sleep is important.
So mine. That's what I was going to say.
Okay. Well, you make a good point. It's physical. Like, a lot of what we do is intellectual. It's stuff that we've learned and experienced over the years. But when it comes down to it, it's a very physical situation as well. So I think about what I'm eating in the morning. Or drinking, and I personally love spicy food. I eat hot sauce daily, but not when I'm tasting. So I make a point of not eating spicy food, you know, the couple days before, or certainly during the tasting. And I do like coffee, but I tend to get up really early, and I have my coffee so early that it doesn't affect my palate by the time I come to taste. And what about you?
I mean, you covered a lot of it, and I think tasting is also really to give each wine a fair analysis and appreciation. It's almost sort of meditative. I like to be in a space, there's no other odors around, where you're really focused on it, drinking a lot of water, maybe having a little cracker or something between flights to really refresh your palate constantly and make sure that you're really analyzing each wine as fully and correctly as possible. Well, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy the wines from South Africa and Tuscany in this cellar. And Louise, we should probably get back to it because we have about 45 wines to taste today.
That's right. We better go.
All right. Bye.
Bye.